Well, welcome back. We're here with our third day on our day 3 video. Today we're going to be talking about covering the 5 reasons why the product that you sell as part of your home-based business is important to your business success. And to be honest with you, if you consider before you get involved in a home-based business what you're going to sell, you will be very thankful and grateful that you did so ahead of time. I know that in my past that if I had really sat down and analyzed the product or products that I was going to sell, there may have been some things that I would have chosen to do differently and maybe save myself a lot of time and energy. It's really important to get a pencil and paper out and really consider at least these 5 things. I'm sure there's more that you're going to be able to consider with regard to the home-based business or businesses that you're considering. You know, we talked about platforms and we talked about some of the benefits of online businesses, but this is really gets into the nitty-gritty and the crux of what you're going to need to buy into to really get behind a product or a system of products that you're going to sell to your prospective customers. So having that in mind, I want to just add a disclaimer. I am going to use some examples of some different types of products. And I would have to tell you that most of the products that are out there right now that deserve to have companies revolve around them and are a good enough product to get affiliates or get consultants or get independent consultants to sell them, they're worthy of being sold. They're worthy for having customers. They're probably very excellent products. However, the consideration that we're talking about right now is it the right product for you to base your company, your family's time, your effort as you build your company and try to get to that leveraging point. Are you going to be able to meet your goals with this product? And these 5 things are something that you should consider. So having that disclaimer out there, let's go ahead and jump on in to number 1. The first thing you need to ask yourself, does the product that you're potentially going to sell meet someone's need? And I say need and not want. There are all types of luxuries out there that we can want, but not necessarily need. For instance, let me use an iPod. For instance, they would want to sell that as something that you need a really small, a really powerful MP3 player to be able to listen to your music. But ultimately, that would be still something that you would want. It's not a basic need. It's not necessarily something that you're going to die without. Doesn't affect necessarily your health. Unless you, of course, paint it that way. So if the iPod is something that you're going to sell, do you need it? Do you have to convince someone they need it? Or do you have to convince someone that they want it and it's just worth giving up their $150 for? So when you're looking at a home-based business, a lot of home-based businesses, let's say for instance in the network marketing environment, multi-level marketing, they revolve around nutrition products. One of the reasons that nutrition companies select multi-level marketing is because it really requires a personal relationship or a one-on-one contact with someone to be able to sell the product. Because a nutrition product, even though we know that we all need nutrition and none of us get it, as let's say Americans especially, we don't feel that we really quote-unquote need nutrition. We get our food, if we have food to eat and food every day, that would be more of a necessity to us, and it would be a luxury to have nutrition. Now, a good seller is going to change that picture and say, you really do need nutrition, and it would still be true. But the question is, if you have to convince every customer that's going to buy your product, let's say your nutrition product, that they need it, that is a lot of work, and that may also be something fickle, because if they are short the $50 a month that it takes them to buy that nutrition next month, what are they going to cut out of their budget? Are they going to cut out the nutrition, or are they going to cut out the milk and eggs and things that they need to live every day? Okay, so you just need to evaluate how badly or how much of a need does your product fulfill. Other needs could be along the lines of money, mental health, well-being, educational needs, clothes, you name it. There can be needs revolving around it. It just depends on how you break it down. Another question that you have to do under whether people need it is the question, are they going to need it in a year? Are they going to need it in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Do they need it more than once? Is it something that you can sell or buy every time that a new version comes out. Is it recession proof? Are they going to need it if they're in a recession? Are they going to need it the same in a recession, or possibly could they need it more if it was in a recession? What do you need to do to continuously sell this product over, let's say, the next decade? Okay, maybe you're in a business model or compensation plan that wouldn't be so important, but that would be something to characterize that with. Okay, going a little deeper into whether it's something that they need, we'll move on to number 2. Is that will they want to need or buy the next version of it? So going back to a computer software person, if you were able to develop some really great software that everybody needed who was online, and everybody bought it, could you design a newer, better model of it or version of it that people would want to buy the upgrade for? It's a great way of getting future sales from your customers. Is the product that you're selling, is it a consumable? A nutrition product, for instance, would be consumable and would be needed every month. Okay, that is residual income in and of its own right. Okay, so if the item that you're going to be selling is something that is you're only going to be able to sell it once, it'll never be any better, you're only going to make that commission once, that would fall under maybe an affiliate marketer's platform. Is that something that could sustain you? Can you sell enough of that item to every new person or a whole new set of customers to be able to make your dream or your goal income? Let's see. Will people need it only in certain seasons? Okay, like if it's a product, like a clothing product or winter jackets, winter clothes may only be needed in winter. Yet it's summer, does that mean that your income is going to take a nosedive in the summertime? Do you have the ability to keep consistent sales year-round? And if you don't, do you have enough products to choose from with this company or income streams from other places to be able to have a consistent income throughout the year?